Hello, dear friends. A warm welcome once again to the International Fabtalks show. My dear friends, it's a pleasure to have you around us and we connecting with you on an everyday basis. And guess what? We have beautiful celebrities sharing their lives, their experiences, and their wisdom, of course. And today we have with us our special guest and celebrity, Miss Priyamvada Srivastava from Noida, a beautiful person, a counseling psychologist, and of course, an emotional wellness coach. She's here with us to share her journey on the professional front. You will be inspired by her life and the way she's taking her life, her profession forward. It will inspire you and you will want to be just like her and learn many things. So I'd like to introduce our special guest. She is none other than Miss Priyamvada Srivastava. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much for such a lovely welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, dear. It's a pleasure to have you. And thanks for saying yes to Fabtalks.
No, it's completely my honor to be invited on this wonderful platform. You're doing wonders.
Thank you, dear. That's really nice. Dear ma'am, with your permission, I'd like to introduce you officially to our virtual audience and guests.
Please.
Thank you, dear. Dear friends, it's our duty to introduce our celebrity in an official way. And so here I go, introducing her officially. Yes, friends, I take the privilege and the honor of introducing Miss Priyamvada Srivastava, who is known for her good work across the world, not only in India, across the globe. You will get to know more about her as I share, minute details about her professional journey. Miss Priyamvada Srivastava is known for her transformative work in the field of psychology. As the founder of Let's Broach, that's really nice. Let's broach. Let's begin the topic. Let's start discussing. Let's start involving people. That's the beauty of this unique person. And that is why she started this beautiful organization called as Let's Broach. She's a dedicated counseling psychologist and emotional wellness coach. And that is the need of the hour, my dear friends, to be emotionally strong, emotionally mature, to develop emotional quotient. And dear friends, here she is an emotional wellness coach, empowering countless individuals, not only within Noida, not only in India, across the world. She is dedicated to helping people balance their emotional wellness, emotional maturity, emotional intelligence, you could call it, emotional quotient, you could call it, anything concerned with emotions. Yes, dear friends. Priyamvada is also a cyber lawyer. I repeat that. She is a cyber lawyer, and that is a wow. A big shout out now from my side, a TEDx speaker, a Josh Talk expert speaker, and hats off to her. She's with us today. Yet so humble. She has so many feathers in her cap, and she's humble enough to take up a little invite from me from Fabtalks. That's really nice. Thank you, ma'am, for honoring us and giving us your time. That's really beautiful. Apart from that, she's a great author, a podcaster. She's authored a chart-topping book named Emotional Wiring. I'd like to repeat that. Emotional Wiring. She's authored a chart-topping book named as Emotional Wiring, which is very clear. I've repeated the third time in the logic domain, captivating readers with her insightful approach. So whenever she's doing anything, she wants to capture the audience. She wants to, be in their minds, in their hearts, and wants them to make a real change in their life. And here she is with us to inspire us all through the way. Notably, she has received several prestigious awards, including the Women Face of the Year. Can you guess that? 2023, that is this year. Women Face of the Year award she has won 2023, that is this year, from Fox Story India. And the Remarkable Icon of the Year, again, guess, it's 2023, by APDH Mauritius. That's an international award. Her journey as an emotional wellness coach and a corporate trainer continues to inspire and empower people worldwide. She comes up with different, unique, new, stylish ways to heal people. One of them, which was applauded across the globe, was her therapy with stories. In different story sessions, she's able to create an impact in the minds and hearts of the world, of the people in the world, and of course, everyone. So let's go ahead and find out who our special celebrity is and what she has to share with us. And the best part is what we are going to learn from her. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was the way you spoke. It actually made me, go through all the journey which I came along, and it is completely a pleasure and my honor to be here with you today.
Thank you, ma'am. You're
Thank
so humble. You're very humble. Thank you. We love you for being who you are, for being down to earth. In spite of having so many feathers in your cap, so many achievements, yet you're approachable. And that's what makes you so special.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So it comes from the love that I get all across, and that is what I want to give it back. So give back to the society. So yeah.
That's so nice of you. Very nice. Dear ma'am, we begin the interview with the first question. How would you define yourself? Who is the real Miss Priyamvada Srivastava?
So, ma'am, I call myself your emotional wellness partner, and it is to each one who's listening me today and to whom I can reach. If you need any kind of emotional support, you're not alone. I'm there. Let's Broach is there with you, and that is what my mission is. So I am your emotional wellness partner, and for that reason, I'm everybody's emotional wellness partner who needs me.
How did you start this, ma'am? This Let's Broach. How did this idea come to your mind?
So, ma'am, this idea was always there, as you have shared with the audience that I'm also a cyber lawyer registered with the Bar Council of India. So I actually, after finishing my school, I went for my law degree. That was a 5 years course. And after I finished it, people started approaching me for divorce cases. So that is where, like doctors and, wherever you go, people come with their issues. Okay, I have this pain, I have this ache, I have stomach ache. What do you suggest? With lawyers also, wherever you go, people will come with their fights or, their civil cases or whatever issues are. They have some queries. That's how life is. That's how humans are. And it was luckily I got married while I was doing my 5 years course, and after I finished my course, I got the chance to travel the world with my husband. We were in London with a set of, again, new couples. So, and as teething trouble, everybody had some issues in their life, and they used to come to me, and that is when I realized I had this counseling power in me. I can convince people and influence their emotions. And I started exploring it. Psychology was always an interesting subject to me, and I started studying it. I did different certifications, life coaching, and finally I started with counseling. Then somebody told me, you have done so many certifications, but you do not have any masters in psychology. So I did my masters in psychology as well. And I was doing it as a freelancer. And then somebody suggested me, why don't you, start, you're doing such noble thing and you have so many people who know you. Why don't you name your platform? We know that it exists, but, there's no official name to it. And that's how Let's Broach started. So Broach means like, let's open up with your difficult talks, something which you are unable to share with anybody. So that is what Let's Broach is, and that is how it came into picture.
Beautiful, ma'am. I really liked it. I like that journey. The start.
Thank you so much.
Being a lawyer and then understanding the problems of your clients, and you've seen that there is really some issue which has to be addressed, the emotional issue. And wonderful, pledged into a beautiful psychologist, creating a beautiful impact, and an emotional wellness coach. And that is the need of the hour, ma'am. That's wonderful.
Yeah, actually, this is each one of us has some issue. I'll not say that every time they need medications. Okay, there are issues which can be solved by just lending your ears, and which any one of us can do. So
beautiful. So down to earth, and you really are very practical. What I get to know about you, you're very practical. That's really nice.
Thank you.
Understand the human mind, to understand the human emotions. Wonderful, dear. Great. Dear ma'am, you've been on the professional front for such a long time, creating an impact, changing lives. You also might have faced a lot of ups and downs in your career. We all do. How do you manage your stress? I mean, we all have our own methods, but we'd love to hear from our celebrities every day. How do they manage their stress? In fact, we too would also follow how you people manage your stress levels, such that we too could also overcome our stress levels. Yes, dear.
Ma'am, everyone has their own defense mechanism, and so do I have. It is, if I'll say that I do not get stressed by the ups and downs in my profession, or after sitting with a difficult client, or when I find it difficult to, just grab what is going inside them, and even I get stressed, but I actually plan and organize my things, ma'am. That helps me a lot. So it is like if I have to do something, or if I have some difficult emotion in me, I box these emotions. And this is what I had been coaching and teaching to my clients. I try to separate each of my emotion with each other. Okay. And then they do not lapse. Okay? They do not overshadow each other. And if I'm crying, ma'am. So if I'm happy, I'm happy. If I'm angry, I'm angry. It is not that I'm crying, I'm angry, or I'm happy and I'm irritated. Okay, so I try to segregate my emotions, and it is not difficult to do so. But yes, it needs practice, and with practice, everybody can become an expert.
Wonderful. Identifying your emotions, right? Identify your
Yes, ma'am.
emotions
And spending time with your emotions. What we do when we get negative emotions, we try to rush out of these emotions. No, I do not want to be angry. And in the process, we invite other negative emotions along with it. So, but if you spend time with your anger, you'll understand your anger, and you'll start, just working upon it. So that is what I do. I spend time with my emotions.
Wonderful. Thanks for sharing. That's a takeaway now for me.
Yeah, please. I would love if you'll have some good takeaways.
Yes, beauty. This is the first takeaway. Wonderful. Yes. Dear ma'am, you are an inspiration to all of us, and to me too, and to our guests who are here. Dear ma'am, who is your inspiration and who is your role model? आप तो है ही इंस्पिरेशन, हिंदी में भी बोल दूंगी, आप तो है ही इंस्पिरेशन, लेकिन आप किसको मानते हैं इंस्पिरेशन?
Yeah, so ma'am, there are multiple people in my life who have inspired. If I'll say I've got inspired from that one person in my life, that will be a lie, because it is usually that हम लोग जहाँ जहाँ जाते हैं, हम लोगों को काफी लोग पसंद आते हैं, and unless we learn something from them, our journey is incomplete. So that is what I had been doing throughout my life. As a kid, I was always mesmerized by my mom's time management. Okay, so I learned time management from her. And even after I grew up, I pushed myself to studies. Was like when we had to watch TV and it was our dinner time, we used to get dinner on time. It was never late. Our mothers never sat with us to watch TV because they had to prepare our dinners or our lunches. But we enjoyed, and they did what was assigned to them, or what they took as their duties and responsibilities. So that is how I always set my priorities first. Then I learned, how to give chances to people from my husband. For him, everybody in this world is excellent. Nobody is bad. And he actually believes in this, that if I'll not do any bad to anybody, if I'll not talk anything wrong about anybody, why will somebody do any harm to me? And unless the other person proves himself or herself wrong, he trusts them blindly. So I learned, I actually inspired. It is a growing up process, and I learned this unique quality from him. So I also started giving chance to people. Earlier it was like, I don't know, I wasn't confident whether the other person will be able to perform this particular task or not. But with him, I actually learned, unless I give him a chance to prove himself wrong, why will he do anything wrong? And that actually gave me very good networking and very good connections in my life. So it is like, ma'am, if I'll take big names, we all are aware, but we have inspirations in our life, in our houses, under the same roof. in our vicinity. So each one of us should, get inspired and actually underline these learnings in their life to become better human. And that is what I have been doing. So be it my in-laws, be it my children, be it my sibling, I learn from everybody, and everybody inspires me every day.
Beautiful, ma'am. That's really nice. Instead of searching for inspiration outside, within our vicinity, within our arena, our family members.
So this is what we always do, ma'am. We seek for books which are not available in our library. Okay, instead of opening the books which are there in the library, we look out for big names and, good things. Big people are big because they inspire us. That is so, so well understood. But in the process of learning big, what we do is we forget to learn the small things in our lives, which we can learn only from our close ones.
Yes, perfect, ma'am. That answer was really perfect. Brilliant. I really love that answer. And that's the second takeaway.
Nice.
Today I'm going to work on that and just look out for inspirational people in and around my family member, zone and my relatives.
Yeah, please. You learn from everybody, ma'am, even from your maidservant, your driver, your security guard, your carpenter, your parlor person. You learn from everybody. There's so much to learn from.
Yes, dear. Yes, ma'am. Thanks for sharing. Thank you so much. Dear ma'am, maybe know who is that little Priyamvada? How was she? Was she a shy little girl, mischievous, obedient, talkative?
Oh goodness, I was a brat. I was literally pampered, and so I was lucky enough to be, I took birth in a family where education was the prime, priority. And even I was supported. I have a younger sibling and he is my brother. But even after being a girl, I was supported by each family member, be it my grandfather, grandmother. They all blindly supported me. And for every mischief, I was very mischievous. Whatever mischief I did, he got the scoldings. So, I think the confidence which I have was actually embarked then. So it started there, because whatever I did, it was easy for me to, get the support and the confidence. And that is how it started. So I was very talkative. I was very naughty, but yes, I was sincere. And I was very particular about the things which I did, be it any activity, any extracurricular activity, or my course studies. I was always a sincere child. And even, after coming out of my school era and when I moved to hostel, so if it was 8 to enter the hostel, I always entered the hostel at 7:45. So I did everything during the daytime, but when it was the time to return, I was always early. So I maintained time, and that is how I grew up.
That's nice. As you said, you learned time management from your mom, right?
Yeah.
I remember that. That's really nice. Ma'am, would you like to name a book which you've been reading and it could inspire us too if we read it? Any book you'd like to suggest?
Yeah, ma'am. So recently, not exactly a book. What I have started doing is, I read a quote that these people are actually looking for, self-help books, or they have big ambitions in life. What they are missing in their life is stories. So what I've done recently, I've started reading story books a lot, ma'am. Be it old stories, be it new stories. And being a psychologist, being an emotional wellness coach, these stories are actually helping me to understand human behavior. So I actually read Sudha Murthy, and I finished all the novels and all the stories which she has written. And there's one particular book of hers. It is on leukoderma. I believe it's Shweta, or I'm just missing the name. During the interview, whenever it will I'll recall it. I'll share that name with you.
Yes.
So that is a beautiful story. And actually, ma'am, I learned that, everything is good, but life has its own message and its own understanding, which we can only understand through characters, be
Yes.
it real characters in your life or, the characters which had been portrayed by such laureates. So I have been reading storybooks of late.
Great. Wonderful, ma'am. And of course, you're a narrator too. Am I right?
Yes.
Take up even story sessions. And maybe you
Yeah.
should join us once more to share one of the stories on the International Fabtalks.
I will love to.
How sweet of you. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's really nice. We'd love to hear a story from you. In fact, two. Yes?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Anytime.
Yes, dear. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Ma'am, here's a question like this for you. How would you want to be remembered in this world? And why should people remember you?
Ma'am, I want to be remembered as somebody who understands human emotions.
Wonderful.
Okay. And people should remember me for the little anecdotes which I add to their life, the little learnings which I just remind them from their everyday life, and how they can relate and improve their emotion management. So I want people to remember me for this.
Wonderful. What a beautiful way to be remembered. That's really very nice.
I hope they do.
They will, of course. They will. Because see, ma'am, I'll tell you, the moment a child is born, it's all about emotions. Either you like the child or don't like the child. That's how it's all about human emotions. And once we leave the world, again, it is emotions that come into play. So definitely you're working on a beautiful aspect called as emotions, and you will be definitely remembered, by the world for all the good that you've done. Wonderful. Ma'am, we come back now to this beautiful question. Have you been on a holiday of late?
Oh, yes, ma'am. We are escapers. We always look for holidays as a family. So in June, we went to Uttarakhand, and it was a lovely trip. And the landslides and all, we also experienced that. And it was a great learning, and it was a wonderful trip.
Wonderful. Any favorite holiday destination you'd like to share with us, such that our virtual audience and our guest would also try, escaping and going over there for a little holiday?
Yeah, it is very good for rejuvenation, ma'am. Everybody should go there. So, Bhimtal is our favorite destination. Bhimtal is near to Nainital. It's in Uttarakhand only, and we simply love the mountains. So it can be anywhere, be it the north or the south or the east. We love to go to mountains, and that serene environment, the greenery, everything simply increases my happiness quotient.
Wonderful. Beautiful, ma'am. ये मैम खुद में क्या अच्छी लगती है कि मैं हूँ प्रियमवदा और मुझे में एक गुण है, ये कोर क्वालिटी है, तो वो कौन सा कोर क्वालिटी है आप में जो आप पहचान ले, you know who you are and you love yourself because this is Priyamvada, here is she with this beautiful quality, and you love yourself because you have that quality. What is it?
Ma'am, I love my faith upon myself. So I simply adore that faith on myself, because people who are close to me know that I actually believe that I can do anything. So, and I live up to it. So whatever I think that I want to reach there, or I want to do this, or I want to test myself, because of their trust or because of my faith on myself, I, touch wood, I somewhere try to reach there. And that is what I love about myself.
Wonderful. Having faith in one's own self. That's very nice. Confident of what you're going to do, what you are doing. That means that you have a lot of clarity. And that's what you have a lot of faith within yourself.
Clarity, I'll not say that every time I have that clarity, but I at least try, ma'am, with that faith. I try, I give it a shot. That let's see, I'm not ashamed of losing or failing. Okay, so I have that faith that if I'm trying, I'll be honest in my trial.
Wonderful. How nice of putting that so clearly, I really like it. That's very nice. Very humble and sweet of you to share that. Dear ma'am, do you watch movies?
Oh, I do.
Your favorite movie?
Ma'am, Forrest Gump.
Oh, great. That's really nice.
Yeah.
That's an
So,
English movie, right?
yeah, that's an English movie, and I love this movie. No, because of acting, of course, Tom Hanks has done a wonderful job. But also, ma'am, there are so many emotions. Whenever you get a chance, please watch this movie. There's so many emotions, and the depiction of life has been done so beautifully that you'll fall in love with this movie. You'll understand human behavior, the fear, the tolerance, the undying love or friendship. Everything has been portrayed very beautifully, and there's a childlike optimism which attracts me towards it.
Wonderful. That's really, definitely, ma'am. That's really nice. Definitely by this weekend, right? Or this
Please,
weekend, I'm
please,
going to lay
please
my
do
hands
that.
and going to fold my hands and sit down back like that.
You'll trust me, you'll not leave your couch.
Oh, great.
So do watch it and then message me. I'll wait for it.
Sure, definitely. Done. Done. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Dear ma'am, Priyamvada ma'am, if you win a lottery, अगर आप लॉटरी जीत ली बड़ी सी
Yeah.
जैकपॉट तो क्या करेंगे आप?
Okay, that is one tricky question, ma'am, because there's so much to do. So, if I'll win a big lottery with that jackpot, I'll try to expand my reach, because so far I've reached quite a few people, but I know that there are a lot who need people like me. And this reach is one difficult thing, ma'am, in today's world, even if it is just a click away. If I want to reach out to people, it might be restricted to say 1 lakh, 2 lakh. Okay. If people, when they see me, even on your platform, when they see me, they think that, they are always confused. Either they're confused whether to approach this person or not, or they're confused, whether they have any issue to, because many a times we are not even aware of our emotional issues, which we are going through. So I actually want to expand my reach through this lottery, and see what I can do. Maybe I'll make Let's Broach a more bigger platform.
Wow. Accessible to everyone.
To everyone.
That's wonderful. Such a noble idea. Like, let everybody come into the domain under that umbrella called Let's Broach. Let's begin to speak frankly. Let's speak out. Yes.
That's the vision, because I actually want people to open up. I have clients, who are not even aware that what their root cause of trouble is. Now, I have clients who come and tell me that they're short-tempered, but actually it is not their anger which is affecting them, it is something else which affects them. So people are not even aware of, what is actually their problem area. So it is very important for them to come under the umbrella of Let's Broach.
Wonderful. Yes, dear. We do wish people are aware of their emotions. And if you cannot identify your emotions, you could connect with Miss Priyamvada. She's all the way there out, an emotional wellness coach. Yes, dear. Wonderful. And a counseling psychologist as well. Very confidential. That's really nice. She keeps everything in confidence, right?
Yes. That's our first promise. Unless the other person wants us to share it with anybody else, it never goes out.
Yes. Wonderful, dear. That's really excellent. Dear ma'am, as a student, were you interested in sports and games?
Oh, yes. I was a sprinter. I was into athletics. So I have won many medals in my school time. And I even played badminton for my university. And during the finals, my kneecap moved, and because of which I couldn't play the state levels. Otherwise, I loved sports. I loved games. And I think that is one thing which every parent should introduce to their children, because that brings discipline in their life.
Yes, dear. So did you get okay, like you had some type of a problem? You said, were you there?
So I was, I was in an age where it's easy to heal. So it took me just a month and then I recovered.
I'm happy for that.
Thank you.
And you also go on to add that all the parents should encourage their children to take up sports and games. It's
Yes,
very
ma'am. It's very much needed, especially in today's era when this space is replaced by our digital devices. When your child starts interacting socially and with real human instead of interacting on devices or through devices, you'll see the change in your children. The one who's going out meeting people has always more knowledge and idea about human behavior and how to influence other and how to get influenced, what is right, what is wrong. They can filter at a certain point. But I don't say that this intent is not there with other children who are glued to devices, but yes, the learning comes little slow for them.
Yes, in spite of being injured and at the same time supporting sports and games, that's really wonderful. There's something to learn from here. Rise up after every fall.
Oh yes, definitely.
Wonderful.
Because I know what it has given it,
Okay.
what I've got from sports. So
okay.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Beautiful. So you've gained a lot from, the sporting arena, and you want others to gain also from it and benefit. Yes, dear?
Yeah, obviously. The basic habit, basic change, everybody will see not just their physical health, but also mental health. So it reflects.
Great. Wonderful. Wonderful. Dear ma'am, is there anything that you would like to change in the world? And if so, what is that change you would want to bring in the world?
Ma'am, I do not want the world to change. I love the way it is, apart from obviously the wars and nonsense which is happening. But I love the individuality and diversity which is there in the world. I do not want it to change.
How sweet. I just got a shock when you said, I thought, did I ask the wrong question? I was shocked. That just made me shake up on my chair.
No, ma'am. Actually, it is, if I say, no, this thing should be like this thing, then what is the adventure of life? If everything is so organized and so well planned and everybody is as similar to me as I am, and there's no argument, there's no diverse opinions, there's no difference of thoughts, then what is the point? So the world is good the way it is. Yes, we humans need to learn the way how we should live in this world. So that is where we are failing as humans. All these wars, this negativity. If we can learn to, incorporate and be a little more inclusive, will make the world even a better place.
Wow, that's great. Very nice,
Yeah.
very nice. It's beautiful, to think and ponder over what you've said. There's a lot of truth in what you've shared. Wonderful. I love the world as it is. I mean, this is the first time I've got this answer on this platform. I've been interviewing more than 100, I guess, maybe 100 to 150 members between that range. And this is the first answer. I love the world the way it is. I wouldn't want to change anything in that. That's really nice. And that's why I shook up. You might have seen me.
Yeah, I noticed.
Did I ask the right question? I have to recheck. Yes, beautiful, ma'am. So everyone has something unique to share, and you too.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, any plans for retirement? Maybe I have to retire at so and so age. Is there a plan for retirement?
No, ma'am. No. I do not want to retire anytime. Be it from my household chores or my professional life, I do not want to retire. I've reached here. I keep myself busy only because I love being busy. I do not want to retire. You won't believe, I do not even have a cook in my house. And everybody, usually in-laws are the one who says, no, the daughter-in-law will cook. My in-laws are the one who ask me to keep a cook. But I do not, somehow I enjoy, cooking for my family. I enjoy doing these little chores because that gives me a feeling of satisfaction. Plus, it gives me a feeling that, yes, I'm still needed.
Oh, great. That's nice.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I like it, ma'am. Dear ma'am, could you tell us the difference between smart work and hard work? From your perspective, your viewpoint, your opinion on this term, smart work, hard work.
I'll share one personal example story behind it, ma'am. So I create if any of you have seen Let's Broach on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn, I create all my posts myself. I spend a lot of time, and when I started creating these posts, be it the posters or the write-ups, the content, it took me 24 hours to create one small post now. So I used to spend time over it, literally, how to write, which font to select, which color to select. And gradually I became so smart that I can now create 10 posts in a day. But yes, when I started, it was 24 hours for one single post, however small it was. And once I was doing it, my son, I have two children. So my son is the elder one. He came to me and he said, Mama, why do you spend so much time on these little things? There are many competitors in your profession who are getting it done. Plus, there are AIs available. If you do not want to spend money and that is why you're doing it, then do it from AI, Mama. This is what smart work is. You need not do hard work. You need to do smart work. To which I answered, you need to do hard work to learn how the smart work is done. Unless you'll do the hard work, unless you'll know the process, how will you able to skip steps and reach to the same result when you're doing the smart work? So this is the difference for me between hard work and smart work, ma'am. Even if you opt for smart work, you need to know all the process, all these steps, so that when you are letting somebody do it for you, or when you are opting shortcuts, you know the whole process and you can get what you want to.
Wonderful, wonderful. Very nice. Just,
Yeah.
as you were saying, like spending 24 hours on a small flyer, then again preparing 10 flyers or creating 10 flyers in one day. A huge difference. That's
There
really
is, ma'am. And that is how, because the basic thing is each one of us, I don't know, there are a variety of people, and we want everything to be quick. And I'm not an exception, ma'am. Even many other things, even I want fast results. I want, easy escapes. But I can become fast and things can become easy for me only when I practice them. Unless I'll do it myself, how will my speed or my accuracy will develop?
super. Very true for
Yeah.
all of you out there. This is what you have to learn. Practice makes you perfect. Do it yourselves. Involve yourselves. Do a little hard work, and then, of course, you will become smart with a little hard.
Yeah, and that is the journey from hard to smart.
Wonderful. Beautiful. Very nice. Dear ma'am, we want you to share your opinion or a suggestion. There are several elderly people out there who haven't saved for their retirement life. And today they are suffering and struggling across the world. And this is especially in India.
Yeah.
Across the world, we could say. Let's not, just take India or take America or something like that. Many of the senior citizens, they have used up their entire savings and earnings on their family, educating their children, taking care of the family, and they haven't saved a penny for themselves. And today they find themselves lonely, lost, in a bad financial state. So what is your advice or suggestion to the younger generation? Should they start saving the day they receive their first paycheck, or the day they start earning the first time in their life? Should they begin saving from that very moment for their retirement?
Ma'am, like I mentioned in the earlier questions, like each one of us has to learn from our surroundings first, from our parents, from our teachers or people in our vicinity. So if you have grown up seeing your parents not saving, whatever reason it was, maybe, they did not earn that well that they could save and fulfill all the requirements, or, they just spent so lavishly, or they suffered a loss, whatever the reason, for any XYZ reason. Before taking any step, I want each one of us from the younger generation to understand one basic thing. It would be very easy for you to blame your parents for not saving anything or not giving you that quality which you deserved or they deserved for themselves. Please skip this blame game, because you are not making it any easy for them. Neither you are doing any justice to your trauma which you went through or which you're going through. So you need to skip the blame game. As they've always mentioned, that we need to learn from the learnings, and we need not repeat. So it will be smart, yes, if you'll start saving, even if a small amount, if you can. Please start saving from the first day you receive your first salary check. Because unless you save it, you won't be correcting the errors which your ancestors did or which your parents did. So you need to correct that error. You need to correct that wrong for yourself and your coming generations. Start saving. If you want better future after retirement, start saving. Plus, do not blame them for what they have done. If you can support them, good enough. If you cannot support them, talk to them. They do not need your money, but they need that support. Just you being considerate about them will give them enough strength. So,
wonderful. Stop the blame game.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, take hold of the reins of your life and start saving from day one. As soon as you get your first,
Yes,
payment,
it is very
start
important.
earning. Yes,
because when we earn, especially with our first salary, we have lots of dreams, desires, fascinations. If we are wearing a dress of rupees 500, we want to buy something which is of 8,000. Okay, everybody aspires for good, but there's a difference between needs and wants, needs and desires. Meet your needs. You can take 2 steps ahead, but do not cross that. Unless you have good amount in your account, then it's yours. Nobody will take it away from you. It will stay with you. So save it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Super. Thank you. बहुत shukriya. Dhanyavad for that beautiful answer and sharing and giving us that good suggestion. That's wonderful, dear.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Dear ma'am, the next question is very personal. Many of our guests don't answer this. They say, ma'am, pass. Let's see if Miss Priyamvada is going to pass this question. Okay, pass. Dear ma'am, question ऐसा है कि आपका best friend का नाम you want to share here. Many of them say, ma'am, if I share my best friend's name, somebody else is also my best friend. And if I don't share her name or maybe his name, they will be annoyed once they view this video of mine. तो बुरा मान जाएंगे वो, तो आप risk लेना चाहेंगे, ma'am?
Oh, yes, definitely, ma'am.
जी. Go ahead and share the names of your best friends.
My best friend is Mrs.Priyamvada. He's my husband.
Oh my goodness. I was like going to see now who and all are going to mention A, B, C, D. And
no, ma'am. My husband is my best friend. And I'm blessed to have him because I can share anything and everything with him. Be it his negativity, be it my negative things, but I'm comfortable, and he has given me that comfort where I can talk about anything on this earth with him. So today only, early in the morning, it was not even morning, it was midnight. At 12 midnight, 12:17, I received a message that my TED talk is released. And I was so excited, but I did not share it with him because he was sleeping and children were sleeping as well. So in the morning when I woke up, the first thing I did was I shared it with him and I told him, my TED talk is released. And after that, ma'am, you won't believe, I have not opened that YouTube link. I just opened it once to see what I did that day. And every 15 minutes, he is coming back to me and telling me, you've got so many views. You've got so many views so far. So I'm lucky to have a supportive and exciting best friend who's happy in my happiness and who is sad in my sadness.
You're one blessed individual, ma'am. I should say that.
I am,
Lucky one
indeed.
and blessed.
I
Stay
am
blessed.
indeed. Touch wood. Thank you so
Stay
much.
blessed. Stay blessed. Love you for that, and all our love and respect to your husband too.
Thank
It's
you.
beautiful to have a lovely spouse like that, a better half being with us through thick and thin and standing with us on every single moment. That's really wonderful. And sharing, like he is my best friend. So I was thinking, yeah, she's going to say Sunita, Shakuntala, maybe somebody else. But then, no, it's my husband. Wow, that's really great. Super.
Yeah. So yes.
Wishing you all happiness for a lifetime. Wonderful.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, what is it that brings a smile to your face often?
Okay, so ma'am, when I see people smiling, that brings smile to my face because I find it infectious. Like, if you see somebody yawning, you yawn at the same
Sure.
time. I see somebody smiling and I smile with them.
Yes, dear. That's really nice. Ma'am, any weakness for sweets, chocolates, and ice cream?
No, ma'am, that's a surprise. I do not like chocolates and ice creams.
At all?
At all.
Oh, nice. That's really nice. There's some me here, and like if children are eating, like I said, wow, can't I have a bite? Maybe a bite.
So my children know that if it is there in the fridge, it will stay forever in the fridge if they'll not finish it. So there are 3 children in my house, my husband and 2 of my kids. They love ice creams, they love chocolates, and somehow I do not relish them.
At home here, if the chocolate or the ice cream, anything, if it's over, they will say, Mama, you finished it up. And yes.
so cute. That's
My
really
younger
cute.
one will say, Mama, I know it is you. You have finished. And right enough, I'm the one. Yes, dear. Ma'am, from where do you derive your strength?
Ma'am, I derive my strength from my family.
Wonderful.
Because I did my master's with 2 kids in my lap. They were too young, and my husband has a job profile. He has a lot of traveling, and but you'll be surprised. Even when I did my LLM masters, that is masters in law, and my second masters in psychology, everything with my children, with my family intact. And whenever it's my exam, even when my children were toddlers, I did my masters. It was way back in 2015, and they knew it's mama's exam, and there was no demand, there was no ask, there was no frills and fancies. There was pin drop silence because mama is studying, and they give me that strength. So, and other members in my family as well, like both set of my parents, and they also support me. It was never like if I'm doing something, I get support. It is not that they'll create some issue, or they'll ask me, why are you doing this? It is time for you to concentrate on your family. No, I've got that support. So I get my strength from my family.
Wonderful. You're blessed, and stay blessed.
That's what I am.
Wonderful, great. That's really nice. Dear ma'am, do you have any fears? कभी-कभी डर लगती है किसी चीज का?
Oh, ma'am, yes, I have fears. I'll say I have fears of, when I argue or fight with somebody, or I'm experiencing negative emotion, I fear that I'm losing time. I'm losing some very precious time of my life in this negative thing. So I want to actually finish that span or erase that thing from my book. I have that fear of losing time in things which are not needed.
Perfect. Yeah. Brilliant. Very nice way of putting, that's the fear I have. Wasting my time over argument. That's nice.
Over things which are not needed in life now. We can channelize our energy and focus on better things in life instead of, just diverting it on things which are useless. So I have that fear.
Great. Ma'am, do you get angry? Yes or no?
Yes, I do get angry. Any
message for the younger generation?
As I had mentioned, spend time with your emotions, even if it is anger. Unless you'll spend time, you will not be able to diagnose the correct emotion. Unless you'll not be able to unless you know that correct emotion, you won't be able to start working upon rectifying it or improvising it. So you need to spend, because it is in today's era, when we feel that 24 hours is not enough, it is very easy for us to skip our emotions. But in the in this rat race, what we end up doing is we pile up negative emotions inside us, and then we do not have anywhere to go because it is so much to handle. So live in that emotion, whichever it is, whatever kind it is, you'll be able to come out of it quickly. In fact, faster than running away from it.
Yes, dear. Is there any color that you like, ma'am? Any favorite color?
Ma'am, white.
White. Great. Your favorite subject in school?
Ma'am, maths.
Yes.
I was a PCM student. So I loved maths so much so that when I did my BA LLB, I carried my maths book to my hostel and I used to solve calculus even till my second year. I used to solve calculus. I was so fun because in those days, you know, computers were not so accessible. Internet was not on mobile phones. Even SMS incoming and outgoing was chargeable. So, you know, finding questions on Google was difficult. I carried my maths book and I used to solve it.
Okay, dear. Wonderful. Ma'am, any quote or favorite proverb you'd like to share today? Your favorite proverb or quotation from anywhere?
Ma'am, it's in Hindi.
हाँ जी,
So,
हो जाए.
okay. हमें हमारे you know हमें हमारे वर्तमान की बिगड़ने की खबर आज मिली. अगर जो ये पहले मिलती तो हम कुछ सुधार कर लेते. So today I have realized that my today is not doing well. If I would have, you know, got this knowledge earlier, then I could have worked upon my today. The learning from this quote is, every time we crib about our today, because we never think about our future and work accordingly. So if you have failed today, it wasn't that you can correct it while going in the past. But if in the past you would have studied and prepared for your future, your today would have been beautiful.
Brilliant.
So please spend time in your today. Do not crib over your past or worry about your future. If you'll focus on your today, you'll obviously create a better future for yourself.
Great. Very nice. Great sharing. Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Concentrate on your future such that your present is good. So, you know, you can't do anything in the past. Yes.
Concentrate on your present so that you can have a better future.
Okay, it's like that. Concentrate on your present now to create a beautiful future. You can't go into the past.
Exactly.
Yes. That's really nice. So I get it right now. Thank you.
Yeah.
So keep your, I mean, my dear friends, let's be conscious of our present moment. कि भाई अब क्या हो रहा है और आगे क्या होने वाली है. जो हो गया सो हो गया. है ना?
Yes, ma'am. If you'll give your 100% to your today, like if, for example, if a student is studying today, if that student will study with full 100% concentration today, obviously he's carving a better future for himself. You know, tomorrow he'll not go and regret about yesterday. He'll be like, okay, what I'm doing today. So it is always important to be in your present and give your 100%.
Great. Ma'am, your proudest accomplishment till date?
Okay, ma'am, just one?
Yes.
So, ma'am, every moment, whenever I reached a milestone, like when I published my book, it was my proudest accomplishment. When that book ranked #1 in Amazon, it was my, you know, proudest accomplishment. Then today it's my TED Talk, which got released, and I'm getting good reviews about it. And so it's my proudest accomplishment today.
And there are many more to come?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Wonderful. That's really nice. Beautiful. Do you love pets? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
Okay. You love to visit a zoo or a sanctuary?
Sanctuary.
Okay, ma'am. Here's a cup in my hand. How do you look at it? Is your cup half empty, half full, filled to the brim, or overflowing?
Ma'am, I do not want to peep inside your cup. That's yours.
Oh, I mean, I just think, that's great. That's a great humor that you've shared here. I want you to take this cup to be your cup.
No, ma'am, this is what I am saying. This is the problem of us. We want to look inside what is happening in somebody else's life. If you're holding this cup, it is yours. And why should I be bothered what is happening in your life deep inside?
Yes, I get that
This
point, ma'am. The point here is like you hold a cup. Imagine it's in your hand, in your palm. Okay, it's in your palm, not in my palm. बस मुझे ये पूछना था कि भाई आप, how do you look at life? How should people look at life? What is your perspective towards life? कि भाई glass आधी खाली है या full? Is it half full or is it full to the brim? Is it overflowing? So how
my
should we view life?
perspective,
You can take it personal or you could take it general. But glass तो आप ही के हाथ में दे दिया. I have to relieve myself.
No, ma'am, my perspective about this cup is this cup has a liquid inside it, which will refill the thirst of people around me. So if I have any knowledge, I would like to, just erase the thirst.
Fill somebody else's cup of joy. Is that
yes,
could be?
Yes, ma'am. That's a better way.
Yeah, that at least would be. That's really nice. I would love to fill up somebody else's cup of joy. Maybe it is half empty or half full. I'm going to fill it up to the brim.
Yes, ma'am. I'll give one sip to everybody around me.
Wonderful, brilliant. I'm happy now.
Finally, you got your answer.
I'm happy now. Yes, dear. Yeah. Ma'am, how many languages could you speak?
Okay, so ma'am, I can speak English, I can speak Hindi, that's my mother tongue. I can speak Bengali, I can speak little bit of Odia, I can speak little bit of Assamese, I can speak little bit of French, and I can understand Marathi, I can understand Gujarati. That is all, ma'am. That is all.
So many, and that is all. You're a polyglot. You have the knowledge of so many languages. Wonderful. That's really
I try to learn, ma'am, because unless I learn the languages and the accent, I won't be able to understand the emotions of my clients or people who reach me out.
Yes, very true. Would you like to sing for us? Would you oblige? I'll put it more in a polite way. Would you oblige to sing a little song in any one of these languages for us? Just 2 line ho jaye. Please.
Ma'am, Hindi.
Ji, ho jaye. We'd love to hear it.
Okay. Let me just... do you have any song in your mind, ma'am?
Border song, Sandeshe Aate Hain, something like that. Okay, that's what comes to my mind because I've heard it several times from the movie Border.
Okay, no, ma'am. I'll quote 2-3 lines from Jhoom Barabar.
Okay.
So these are this is my recent favorite, and though it is an old song now for this generation, it's an old song, but otherwise for us it was very new and happening. So I'll attempt, okay, and if you can edit it if you do not like it. इश्क का सौदा करे एक ख्वाब दे एक ख्वाब ले एक ख्वाब तो आँखों में है एक चांद के तकिए तले इतने दिनों से ये आसमां भी सोया नहीं है इसको सुना दे बोलना हल्के हल्के. I hope that's enough.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you for obliging. And I love you for that. Thank you. Thanks a lot. मुझे डर था कि भाई आप नो बोलेंगे.
Thank you for bearing.
Oh dear, so sweet of you. तो मुझे डर था कि भाई आप गाएंगे या नहीं, तो मैं शायद मैडम नहीं बोलेंगे, शायद नहीं बोले तो फिर this question is a minus in my list. Like, then you obliged, and thank you so much.
Ma'am, usually I don't say no. I only say no to my children.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for obliging. Thank you. Dear ma'am, are you a good listener or a speaker or both? Because you're a speaker, TED speaker, you've spoken on Josh and you're here today. Iski alawa, are you a good listener? Like, how do you balance it? Listener, speaker, or both? How much percentage would you give if I say on 100?
So, ma'am, I'm both. I'll say 200%, because once I start speaking, I have a lot to share, and people pay me to listen because I have a lot of patience to listen. So yes. Unless I actually say that the art of listening is getting extinct, but I am among those lucky few who can listen.
That's the mark of a beautiful psychologist, and that tells us that you are an emotional wellness coach. The people who can listen can only become an emotional wellness coach. The art of listening. That's what is our guest. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, if there was a superpower being offered or, being showered upon you by the Almighty or the universe, what superpower would you choose?
Ma'am, again, it will coincide with the same question which you had asked me earlier. My answer would be similar. Ma'am, I think, God has been very kind to me, and he has already blessed me with multiple superpowers. So I do not want anything in specific. Whatever he has, blessed me with, I'm content with that.
Hats off to you for this answer. Nice. Such a person is satisfied with what you have, contented, having that feeling of, yes, I have what I have and I need no more. I just want to share it with others.
Yeah, ma'am.
Super. Very nice. Ma'am, I'd like you to create an awareness on this platform. I want you to share any 2 red flags, only 2 red flags. कि भाई देखो ये red flag है जिंदगी में, तो इससे सतर्क रहना, होशियार रहना. Any 2 red flags, please.
Any, ma'am, general or any specific issue you want?
It could be for anybody. Either, only for the feminine gender or the masculine gender, or in general. These are the red flags in life. Only 2 you could share, please.
Ma'am, one which is very common these days, people addicted to social media. Okay. And the red flag about it, when we connect it with your emotion, because both these are my expertise, cyber law and psychology. If you are too much into your mobile devices or your laptops or screen, be it any kind of screen, please check. I hope you're not suffering from loneliness. To fill that place in your life that I do not want to get bored, I do not have anybody to talk to, I hope this is not something which is catching your attention or which is keeping you busy. You might be suffering from loneliness. That is one thing. Second thing, procrastination. Okay, so it is very common for us. Again, I'm linking it with the screen addiction. It is very common for us to pick up our phone to reply one WhatsApp message, and then we checking all the WhatsApp messages in the group, and then we jump to Instagram or Facebook or YouTube and start watching the reels and shorts. And then the thing which we had to do at 12, we end up doing it at 2. I'm not saying that you won't do it. I'm just saying that by doing this, you're not doing it on time. If you would have finished your task at 12, you would have got the rest of the time to do whatever you wanted to. But what you chose was wasting those 2 hours and starting, what is that? Making your time zone smaller for you. And in that rush, you won't be able to give your 100% to that particular task.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, ma'am, so much for being on the International Fab Talks, ma'am. We've come to an end to the main session of the interview. I'd like to take another 5 minutes from you. I've been crossing 1 hour with you, and I didn't even know that. And I'm sure you also wouldn't have known that. And I know you are a busy person. You have many projects on your hand. I just like another 5 minutes from you, ma'am. Could I?
Sure. Yes, ma'am, please.
Yes, dear. It's called as the rapid fire round. You have around about 20 questions and you
Oh,
just
goodness.
have to answer in 1 word or 2 words.
Okay, that's tricky.
Yes. You have to just select the answer, right answer, which applies to you.
Oh, you'll give me options.
Yes, I'll give you the options.
Good, fair enough. Yeah.
So we'll answer in 1 or 2 words. My dear friends, now it's the time for the rapid fire round. So let's get to know about our guests, likes and dislikes. What does she like? Miss Priyamvada Srivastava. What are her likes? Let's just go and check out she likes or she dislikes. Let's see. Dear friends, we are here now with our ma'am with the rapid fire round. Dear ma'am, if you are given a chance to go into the past, we've given you a time machine. You click one of the buttons and you're taken into the past era. And you're requested to select a personality of your choice and relive their life. Whose life you would like to relive? The name of the personality.
So, ma'am, my grandmother.
Great. What are the 2 changes you visualize in the next 50 years?
In the world?
Yes, dear.
I want people to have better emotional balance, and I want little calmness and more connectivity.
Great. Emotional balance and calmness, connectivity.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Is mental health, you should answer yes or no. Is mental health being prioritized?
No.
In the right way as we are going
No.
at the pace? Is it getting the correct mileage? Yes or no?
No.
Are we all trying to do something from our side? Are we all putting our efforts, or some are just sitting back and say, why do we care? हम तो सही है
No,
भाई,
ma'am.
हमारे we are fine physically, mentally, financially sound. Why do we bother about somebody who's there are several
No,
people.
ma'am. People are not paying attention to it. They're not doing anything for themselves.
Do you forgive people easily? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you rate yourself with regarding to forgiving others?
Ma'am, I forgive people 100%. I do not forget things.
Oh, great. That's really nice. A way to put that. Is constructive criticism useful or not?
Very much useful.
As you said, you don't like cakes, ice creams, and chocolates. I'll put that question up once again for you to make a selection. You have nothing to eat, but only these 3 things are on the table: cake, chocolates, and ice cream. What you would choose? Would you starve or pick up something?
Cake without creams.
Oh, sweet. So sweet. Such a genuine answer. Lovely. Is it summer, winter, autumn, or spring season that you like?
Mom, spring.
Okay. Strawberry flavor, chocolate flavor, or butterscotch?
Butterscotch.
You love to travel by land, water, or air?
Air.
You love to stay in a city, village, or a town?
City.
When you help others, do you expect anything in return? Yes or no?
No.
Your idea of a beautiful day, a perfect day, in just 1 word?
Family.
Wow, beautiful, lovely. Are you a good cook? Yes, no?
Oh, yes.
The name of your favorite recipe?
Okay, it's gobi masala.
Great. The name of your favorite teacher when you were in school? Or sir, it could be your sir or teacher.
So, ma'am, in fact, my university dean, Professor V.K. Gupta.
Great, wonderful. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Ma'am, both.
Oh,
I
great.
sleep very less.
Salty food, spicy food, or sweet food?
If spicy means chili, then no. Spicy without chili or salty.
Great. Okay. Is it money? Is it only happiness, or both?
Both.
Honest on that. Very nice. Are you an introvert, an extrovert, or an ambivert?
Ambivert.
When you are alone, when Miss Priyamvada Srivastava is alone to herself, she's connected to her thoughts. Any one of us. Yes, when we are busy, we are here in our minds. So where do your thoughts take you? Into the past, or it's running into the future, taking you there, or are you connected to your present?
I'm present.
Wonderful. Love socializing or me time?
Me time.
Are you a great thinker, a doer, or a blend of both?
I'm a better thinker.
Great. Are you street smart? When I say street smart, they are all the experiences you have with people. Are you street smart or book smart?
Okay, so I'm book smart.
You love fresh salads or fried food?
I'm fried food.
Oh, great. So sweet. You love home cooked food or food ordered from out?
Home cooked.
If given a chance to spend some time on a beach or in a forest, what would you select?
Forest.
You'd like to walk or ride a two-wheeler or drive a four-wheeler?
Four-wheeler.
Oh, great. That's nice. On a small, cute little table, there are two things. A great musical system, maybe you have lots of music over there, which you can use that, or you could just lay your hands on a beautiful book that is there. What would you choose?
Book.
My dear friends, we come to an end to the session, but there's still one last question. Then only we can relieve our guest.
Oh.
I know we've taken a lot of time holding her back. Maaf kijiye, ma'am. Maaf kijiye hame.
No, ma'am, I'm loving it. Please go on.
Ek last question hai. Dear friends, we request our guest today with one last question. You all know that, my dear friends who are out there watching us, you know what's the question. Dear ma'am, we all know that there are 3 magical words. Please, sorry, and thank you. Ye to hai hi hai. To her generation, it has been passed on. Use always when you talk to somebody, communicate to make use of please, sorry, and thank you. Apart from these 3 magical words, we would want our celebrities who come over here on this platform to share additional 3 magical words, which could create wonders in our life. It could be love, compassion, anything like that.
Kindness, empathy, and compassion.
Wonderful. That's really nice. Beautiful. This is all connected with the emotions, to be, emotional. Yeah. This could change the world.
Yeah, ma'am, that is what creates us. That is what we all look for in each other, belongingness and acceptance. So
thank you so much, ma'am, for being a part of our show today. Thanks for the time. Thanks for sharing the wisdom that you have and all the beautiful things you shared. I'd love that you really come back again once and share more of your stories. I said you have to visit us for a story.
Anytime, completely my pleasure, and it was an honor connecting with you, knowing your audience. I'm blessed to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Bahut bahut dhanyawad. Thank you. Thanks, dear.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dear friends, with this, we come to an end of this session now. We see you soon again with yet another celebrity. But of course, our celebrity today, Miss Priyamvada Srivastava from Noida, was exceptional, unique. And yes, friends, she is there out to make you take charge of your emotions and create a better world. So thank you and stay safe. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.